Hey guys, welcome to another No Swear Gamer pickups video. This one's going to cover pickups I did both in March and April. I'm a little behind, so I'm going to combine both into 1 month. So this is some of the cool retro related items I found. Now first up is this right here. I went to a local thrift store. It's a great thrift store. They have decent prices and it supports a women's shelter, so great cause there. They had this box filled with all this stuff, $5. So it had all these little brownish pieces, plastic pieces, had a toy horse, and had a bunch of this fencing, and some of the fencing was broke, but a lot of pieces of fencing, too much to show here. But this is the pièce de résistance. It's a tin fort, and it reminds me of a toy that my dad had. He had a tin toy, so I decided for $5, why not? Let's give it a try. It's not in the greatest condition, but again, $5, it's really hard to pass up a deal such as that. So there you go. Let's put that to the side. All right. At the same thrift store, I found some other purchases. Like I got this Donkey Kong Mario Kart McDonald toy kind of racer thing. It was a dime, so figured that was kind of cool there. And I also found this Transformer. It's one of these Star Wars meets Transformers. This is Chewbacca. I asked how much it was. They said 50 cents. What I didn't realize is it's missing half. There's a Han Solo one, and together they make the Millennium Falcon, so it can't fully transform. And when I tried messing around, his poor arm broke off. So, you know, I've played with lots of Transformers and GoBots, so I think it was like really brittle to begin with about the point, or it's just cheaply made. But oh well, it broke off. But hey, 50 cents for a good cause. Not too bad there. All right, some other things. I went to another thrift store. This was a Salvation Army, and at the Salvation Army, they had this deal where you could take a plastic Walmart-size bag and fill it with toys. I think it was $2. They had this big bin of toys. Now, got a lot of stuff for my kids, but I threw a few things in for myself, like this Batman, the animated series Joker doll, which I thought was kind of neat to find. Also found a little Batmobile. I'm a Batman fan, so if it was Batman, I was grabbing it. And a couple of these guys, I think they're like part of a Hot Wheels set, but they are a couple Batman figures there. We can hear, you can play with his Batman toys and his Batmobile. And also found what I think is a knockoff G.I. Joe. I don't think it's a real G.I. Joe. I could be wrong, but I think it's one of those knockoff ones. So G.I. Joe guys. So not bad. Went to another store. Now this store was like one of these antique stores where they had different booths and they represent different sellers. And I picked up a few things there. One of them, in a glass case, they had a plastic bag, which for $8 had these 3DS games, like Big Mother Trucker, NASCAR Unleashed for the 3DS, and Sonic and the Sega All-Stars Racing. That's the one I wanted. So for $8 for 3 games, that's less than $3 a game. That's pretty good. Another area, a seller had this, the Activision Plug and Play joystick by Jakks Pacific, $4. And I believe it has some games like River Raid and Pitfall and such on there. So look forward to checking that out. Then another seller, this was really cool for me. This is one of those toys that you'd find like a drugstore in the 80s. It's one of these Target games. Now, it has a price of $1, and the hobo doesn't mean it's for a bum. That was like the seller's ID tag for some reason. But the seller in the booth, they were doing 50% off everything. So I got this for a whopping 50 cents. So how neat is that? So I'll have to take a closer look at that at some point in the future. Did some trades with the guys over at Atari.io. First, with member Rosdower, I traded him. And in return for my trade, I got Speedball 2 Bruto Deluxe for your Sega Genesis. So look forward to playing that. And he even sent me free of charge an old replacement Intellivision membrane for the controller and the instructions, which have seen better days, but that's still pretty neat to get. I mean, he just threw it in just for fun. And with member Ballblazer, I got a set of 4 games. I got Kaboom because I accidentally sold my copy thinking it was a double, and it wasn't. Smart. I got Tax Scan by Sega for your Atari. Stellar Track, which was only produced under the Sears name, not Atari, I believe. And Fun with Numbers. You got to have fun with numbers. So thank you very much, Ballblazer. Finally, I bought a lot off eBay. It had an Atari 7800, bunch of games and controllers. And I wasn't after the system, but some of the stuff it came with, like I got another trackball. I have one of these already, but it needs repair, so I'm hoping this one will work better. This was an interesting inclusion. It's not for the 7800. It's for an 8-bit computer. It's the Atari CX85 keyboard controller, and it looks to be in good condition. I'm not sure. This could be the original plastic. It looks like it could be. Not entirely sure, but looks to be in great condition. And then I got some boxed games as well as some manuals. Let's look at the manuals first. So we're talking manuals like E.T., Basketball, Asteroids, Real Sports Football, Missile Command. For some reason, I had 2 Donkey Kong manuals, 2 Pac-Mans, Street Racer. I like the original black manuals. I think they're sharp. Skydiver, Space Invaders, Outlaw, and Defender. And the box games, most of them were complete. Some weren't. This was not missing the instructions, but I happen to have the instructions. Gorf, Lock and Chase, Space Jockey, which I've already reviewed, as well as Mega Mania and Donkey Kong. So not only do I have 2 copies of loose instructions, there was a copy in here. So 3 copies of Donkey Kong instructions for some odd reason. And finally, the classic Frogger, like the Parker Brother boxes where you can actually lift up the top like a board game. So there you go. Those were my pickups for March and April. I will try and post a video of my May pickups at some point in the future. And of course, you can look forward to more video game and toy reviews as well on this channel. So go ahead, click like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.